Well, Exxaro stood out in the resources space, reporting a 39% drop in headline earnings per share today. Resources company declared a dividend, though, of 235 cents. That was down 33% from last year. Exxaro CEO Sipho Nkosi unpacks these results with us now. How's Sipho? I must say in the recent weeks, the gold sector, the platinum sector have been the ones that have had the attention from a wage dispute point of view and commodity prices and issues about survival even. Coal we haven't talked about too much. So you help us put the spotlight on coal and throw some light on that dark material.
And I'm not about to say coal is clean, there's nothing that is there. Because when it happens in the coal business, you will say, this man was not telling the truth. No, I think we are in the same space as the other commodities. We're not different. We face the same issues with regards to labor issues, the depressed marketing conditions, lower prices. All of those are a problem and are challenging to us. But like all the other commodities, we are finding ways of dealing with them.
I think before we go on to your results, which we obviously want to talk about, you mentioned labour issues, but it seems to be less of a problem. It's less labour intensive. A lot of the coal mining area is not deep level mining, so a bit of less pressure there on you?
No, I mean, now and again, I mean, like, as you know, in the results, we do announce the fact that we had a 3 weeks strike, which had an impact on the results. Yeah, you do have those. The good thing, though, about our relationship with the movement, the labor movement, is that we are able to find each other at some point, and I'm sure every industry will do that.
What about the level of wage increases? I suppose that's the question we have to ask. The gold miners are saying they cannot give above inflation, less than 6% in other words. What's your line in the sand? Is there a line in the sand?
Listen, times are tough. And I mean, the investors are talking to us about being prudent in the way we deal with capital, we deploy capital, the way we preserve cash, and in the way we manage our costs. And all those things have to come into the mix. So when we deal with salaries, that has to come into play. As I've said, that the world is a bit challenging right now. All the economies around the world are not doing as well as they had been doing in the past. So it is critical and it's important for us to maintain that balance. So we will continue paying salaries. We'll negotiate with the labor movement. But I mean, I think everyone has to come to the party. We are mindful of the fact that there's more pressure insofar as the inflation is concerned. I mean, it's quite tough out there. But all of us, I think, these are tough times. All of us need to tighten our belts.
Let's look at your numbers there. Just some of the big pictures. 18.8 million tonnes. That was down 3% on the first half of 2012 and now 9% on the second half of 2012. How much was that? Was your not being able to produce more than you would like or lower demand?
No, I mean, if you look at our coal numbers in particular, nothing really changed that much. The numbers that we reported on are almost the same as what we did the last half of the year. The big difference would be, and because people have been asking us questions why you're not comparing the first half to the first half. It's because the first half last year is a bit distorted, because you've got quite a lot of businesses that we had that we no longer have, like your mineral sands, which contributed quite a lot. The zinc business, the zinc ore business, which also is no longer there. And also the sale of those businesses, they all clutter the whole structure of the first result. So it becomes difficult to compare the two.
Let's look at Medupi, and people forget that Medupi is linked to other operations, coal operations. There's a delay there. Does that mean that if Medupi is delayed, you delay getting income from the coal that you supply to them? What's happened as a result of the Medupi delay to your operations and your projected operations?
Firstly, Grootegeluk is the mine that we use, and it was there built to supply Matimba power station, which we continue supplying. Then we got another contract with Eskom to supply Medupi power station, and that's the station that is under construction. Now, we are in agreement with Eskom that we were supposed to start supplying them with the coal, and they have taken some coal this year, which they are stockpiling, which they are compacting, because it's quite important that you do that for rainy days. I think they're going to do that.
Yes, we all remember when they didn't stockpile, what a mess we got into.
Yeah. And as a result, they are paying us some money for that. You will see in the results, it's over 600 million that they paid us for the first half of this year, and we'll continue doing that. So they are taking the coal in recognition of the agreement that we have with them.
So even if it starts late, you are being paid for that. You're doing your own power station project, a 600 megawatt project in the Waterberg.
Remember, South Africa now can build power stations. You can have IPPs, and I think we're quite grateful to government and the department for opening that one up. What that does is that it opens up other possibilities in terms of the resources. Otherwise, you would rely on Eskom, you would rely on other industry.
So you're building your own power station?
No. We are miners. We will produce the coal. We will have a qualified IPP that will be supplying them with the coal. Our role right now is to facilitate that IPP so that we are able to mine and supply into them.
What interested me also was obviously any mining company has to be aware of the environment. A number that caught the eye was water usage down by 42%.
Well, I mean, it's got to be like that. I mean, we've got to be careful and be clever in the way we
not
use
easy
it.
to do, though.
It's not easy, but I mean, there's the water shortages in South Africa will be there. And I mean, if you look at a place like Waterberg, it doesn't have lots of water. So we've got to be very clever and prudent in the way we utilize water.